All right, well, skipped a day yesterday, no update. Actually, I did do a little work, so I guess this is day 8 and 9. It was really just piddling around with the motor and trying to decide really what to work on next while the chassis is over at the body shop. I'm guessing I'm going to get the chassis, if not Friday, I'll get it sometime Monday. The painter was pretty pleased with the installation with the doors. Not a lot of work on his end, he thought. As long as he gets the doors done, we talked about some little other areas, but all in all, um, he was pretty happy with it, which means I'm happy with it. So we basically dropped it off right at 12. Made that mark and driving right along. Started to work on the Coyote Voodoo motor. So let me just flip this around real quick, and hopefully you can see that pretty good. Let me back that out. So what we've done, if you recall, this was a pull out of a GT350, and I have completely undressed it. I pulled all the stock harness off the motor. I've got to repin. I'm trying to decide if I'm just going to repin this one uh, or repin the Gen 2 control pack, but still some figuring out to do. That's the TKX transmission. And then I've taken the GT350 intake, which is a very good flowing intake. It's just not all that appealing to look at. So we've got the 5.2 illuminator intake on there with the twin 65. Took the entire front assembly off, and I have scrubbed and scrubbed and painted and scrubbed and then painted some more. And I've got this, I'm not sure how many miles are on it, but at least it's going to look presentable now. Got some more color matching to do. I believe we're either going to go with some sheet metal covers. I cleaned, attempt to clean, I think it was this one, maybe it was the other one. Yeah, I think I cleaned this side up a little bit, which actually doesn't look too bad. Still, you know, the I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna color match this guy, and then leave this satin black, and then this black. I may take these little stripes here that are flat, and I may paint these the color of the truck. So it'll be this color, that'll be color, satin black, color, satin black. So still some little details to do. I mean, I even went through and I've painted these with high temp paint, even the T right there. So it's looking pretty good. Alternator mount right there, just kind of mocked up. So I've got, I've already started to take pieces away from this pile, so that means it's on here. And there's, I basically have 3 jack stands holding it up so I can walk around it comfortably. There's no engine stand or hoist or anything. I can just work on it, like a chassis. So everything goes pretty well. And then on this side, I've put the oil filter relocation on there. I've got to put the sensor on there for the gauge. But yeah, looks pretty good. Here's the hydraulic clutch. So looking pretty good. And it's just a quick time bell housing on the back of a Coyote. It just happens to have 5.2 liters and an interesting crank in it. So I'm playing around over here, trying to see how this turns out. But I was thinking, get these nice satin black and presentable. And then I think I'm going to take all the writing and make that the color of the truck as well. So you'll still be able to see these. These will go up right here. So I mean, because otherwise it just looks like a Coyote, right, with a nice intake. But if I highlight that and give it some voodoo power, and I'll just highlight it with the color of the truck, I think that will look okay as you walk by. But we're letting that stuff dry. See how that comes out. Not completely a fan on the way it came out, but it's not horrible. So we'll see. Still 5,352 other things we can work on. So I'll let that dry for a minute, and then wife's doing woodwork right next to me. It's kind of cool. So yeah, I think that that voodoo is looking very voodoo. Anyway, more to follow. I'm not sure what we're going to do tomorrow. I really need to come up with a plan. I'm just kind of milling around, and I'm going to probably drive by the painter tomorrow and kind of do an unannounced visit, kind of surprise him, see where he actually is. Maybe I'll snap a few photos of that. Yeah, maybe one or two more updates on the motor. I've got some paint I ordered, so I really can't do much on the truck or the motor until I get the paint. And then I think I'm getting a big delivery from Factory 5, a crate on Friday. So this weekend should be pretty interesting. Anyway, all right, that's it real quick, and stay tuned. See ya.